It's Friday. Welcome to Core Conversations. My name is Martin, and we have been doing this 5 days a week, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, with you, our amazing guests. So thanks for joining us today. It is a Freestyle Friday. It's a Finish Strong Friday, and thank you for joining us today on Core Conversations. Hello, my friend. Pilates Hottie Clarissa, what's going on? Hey, Shannon. Morgan. So, party people, I have nothing planned for today. I decided that we are just going to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Hi, Claire. And it's great to see all of you join in. How's it going? Claire, how's it going? If you would like to join us, I'd love to hear what's going on with your mentoring program and all the stuff that you're working on. Alexandra, good to see you. And, yeah. Sure. That's a great start. Claire Duffy. Emmy's joining us. How many? I'm going to invite you on right now. Hi, my friend.
Hey there.
How are you?
Good. I just got off a bike ride. I was not expecting you to invite me in.
You could have said no. I appreciate you jumping
Oh,
on.
no. I never say no to you. Are you kidding?
Oh, so nice. Look at that beautiful background. Where are you?
I'm at Lake Winnipesaukee.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's a beautiful day out. It's actually very fall-like today here.
Nice. Was it like super like balmy, hot like it was here in Toronto?
Yeah, it was. Now we're like, it feels like a fall day today. So it's a little cold.
Love it.
It's chilly. It's blowing. So
nice.
But,
that's gonna be good.
How are you doing? You're like one of my heroes. I always love watching what you're up to.
Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, come on now.
That's that, Claire. I just think of like the fact that I did my Peak Pilates cert, and during our cert, we're watching videos of Claire doing her thing and then pointing back to you as one of the curriculum people, and then all this stuff happens during COVID time. We start to connect, have you on the show. It's like you're one of like my stars. Like these are the people.
Aww.
Like like there's a handful of people that growing up in this Pilates industry that I watched and learned and stuff, and then realized you did certain things, and then having these conversations, it takes people off of a pedestal, and you realize how real and how genuine and how passionate people are. So yes, I think you're one of the real ones. So I appreciate you.
One of the real ones. We're one of the dinosaurs, I'm a lifer. I consider myself a lifer. I got into this because I figured I could do it for the rest of my life.
Yes, absolutely. That's
not
one
just
of the reasons why I got
physically,
into
but
it.
teach it and
Right.
the understanding of the work by just doing it and understanding it and repeating it makes it. Oh, I don't know. Just like it feels fresh every day. It just still feels fresh.
That's one of the things that makes it like one of those things you can do forever, is because you could always more to learn.
Mm-hmm.
There's always more to discover. And what's that story about this violinist in his 80s who was like a professional violinist, and they asked him why he practices every day still, and his answer was, because I perceive I'm getting better.
I perceive, Romana used to walk into the studio at her place at Drago's, and she was so damn adorable. I always catch all these memories of her. But anyway, she would walk in and she'd go to whoever was at the first reformer there, and she just kind of bend over and say to them really close into their ear, are you getting better? Like, are you progressing?
Nice.
And that was it, just every time. And it didn't matter who they were. Something that they were doing was making them better in their life that day. And, that's kind of what I always am reminded of with our work. It's not a means to an end. it is so that we get to do our life better, and how that changes through the decades of our lives, you know?
Oh, absolutely. I love, hang on the word better. There's a gentleman who's a mentor to me, Peter Twist, in the sport conditioning world.
Oh, sure, Peter.
Yes.
Been around a long time.
Yeah, he has. He's and for those who don't know, let me just give a quick backstory on Peter Twist. For those in the sport conditioning and personal training world, he was one of the first people to do sport-specific training for hockey players.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife's ex-husband is a professional hockey player, so I've learned a lot about the hockey world back in the day with these guys. And they would basically finish their hockey season, play golf all season, and all summer, and then show up at training camp to get in shape to play hockey. And then the young guys started to work out and learn these techniques so that they could hopefully get a spot on the team. So then they start to come to training camp in shape. And the veterans who were out of shape using training camp to get in shape were behind the guys who had been training all summer. And hence the beginning, that was the advent of the sport-specific training world. And
Right.
Peter Twist is one of those fathers of that. So he trained me. So he had this band that said "Better Every Day," and it shared his story of his battle with cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And all these different things. It was so inspiring. And I wore that thing until it snapped off my wrist. Years I wore it.
You better bring it back. The better, bring it back.
Well, I was saying that. So I used to train. I did Pilates with my father and two of his West Indian buddies, right? So I had these three Jamaican guys at 5 o'clock in the morning, and they were always crack jokes and stuff. And I told them that morning that the band broke. And I was like, I'm legitimately kind of sad that my Better Everyday band broke. And one of the guys said to me, was like, it's in your heart now. You're living it out now. You don't need it on your wrist anymore because it's on the inside of you now.
Amen.
Yeah, that message needs to be internalized.
But you know what? I love that message, and it's a message I share with people like pretty regularly. You know, just that idea of you're doing this. Here's why we're doing this. We're doing this so you do that better when you leave here.
Yes.
Like something so simple as, parking your car, twisting around, look behind.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Or
changing
whatever
right.
it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I love it. Somebody just wrote better.
That was me, actually.
Oh, that's you. Better, better.
Yes. So speaking of getting better, how is your mentoring program coming along?
This is going to be the next total chapter of what I'm up to for a long time coming. I can see, the experience of developing the content and the focus of it has been amazing, because I took a group of teachers who I know and love and who have been studying with me for a long time. I charged them zero money and said, hey, you guys, I want to teach you about mentoring. I want to see if I can help you guys understand the difference between being a teacher trainer and being a mentor. And we went through a 1-year experience, and it was kind of during COVID. So it was very intensive to get their thinking to change from having all the answers.
Yes.
And we're very solution-based kind of thinking. Yeah, because ever since we were kids, right, in school,
yes,
you take a test, you got to have an answer, right?
Yes.
And it's, you guys, this is not about, first of all, it's not about choreography. Mm-hmm. And it's not even about the teacher. It's about the effect that we're having on our client.
Yes.
So I can see your teaching because I'm watching your client. And then from that, I can then provide a forum that we can discuss what's going on.
Yes.
From the point of view of my effectiveness. Okay, what is the goal of your client? Is that reaching them towards their goal? Mm-hmm. How do you know? What are you doing? So therefore, it informs what we do as a teacher.
Yes.
And so we put it in that framework, from that perspective. That's how we're looking at the mentoring program, or the mentorship experience. It's
Yes.
not right and wrong. It's not, I have the answer for this. It's, is
Mhm.
it working?
Yes.
Is it
We said
working?
that. There's a line that we said yesterday. When I had a guest on it, we're saying that I'm coming to discover that becoming an expert in this or any field is not about getting more answers. It's about asking better questions.
Yes. And being okay with not having the right answer. It's like, okay, let me try something different. Let's try that and see what happens.
That's a new question.
It's a new question.
That's
Did
a
it
better
work?
question.
How
Yes.
did it work? How might I approach it in a different way?
Mhm.
So from that vantage point, we get freedom, I think. We're in boxes a lot as practitioners in the beginning until we
Mhm.
get to kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say color outside the lines. It's sort of like we've got to start with the parameters before we
Yes.
can then have a basis around which to measure. It's like, am I teaching Pilates or am I teaching the Claire show?
Right.
I know how to teach the Claire show. I did it for, 18, 20 years in the fitness industry. I was a creative. I
Yes.
would come up with workouts and programs with any device you would put in my hands. And, but with Pilates, it's like, okay, am I reflecting the principles? Am
Mm.
I teaching 20 reps when it's supposed to be 3 to 5? How am I teaching those 3 to 5? What is my intention? What am I going for in those 3 to 5 repetitions?
Yes.
How am I making you a better mover? How am I making you better so that you can go out there and be better?
Yes.
And it's like a spiritual practice for me. It's like making my bed. It's like, how am I making you better? Because that's my job. It's not the
Yes.
Claire show. It's my
Right.
job is to help you be better. So
Yes.
so what I'm
Love
getting with
that.
this mentorship thing and why I'm like adopting it as my new big next steps is that it's not about me. It's not even about the teacher. It's about how we are of better service to our customers, our clients, humankind.
Great. Yes.
So
The word better, you and I have been using the word better so many times in this conversation. Is there a negative connotation to that? Is there a sense that we're saying you're not good enough, you don't have enough yet, you're not enough right now that we have to be careful of?
everything can be that way.
Yeah.
I'm all about progress, not perfection, right?
Yes.
And moving forward towards something. I want to move towards something. Every day I'm a little different. Every
Yes.
day I've got to do it again.
Yes.
So I was my best yesterday, and today I'm going to be my best today that I can be.
Yes.
Is that better or is it not? I don't know. It's like splitting hairs for me. So I think it all depends on if you come from a place of lack in your head, then I'm like, oh, then I wasn't good enough. I don't start there, so I don't end there.
Yes.
That's a very philosophical, deep, personal, spiritual question, Like,
Yes.
where are you originally coming from? If I'm coming from, I'm not good enough, everything looks like I'm not good enough. If I come from, I am enough, then everything I do gets more.
As my wife says, that sounds like a you problem. That's not a me problem.
That's like you, bro, right? Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I
Yes.
am my problem. I'm always my problem. It's
Yeah.
me getting out of the way that makes me better.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I think that's it for all of us. Like we do need to get out of our own way sometimes and just hear that as an opportunity, not as a
Yeah.
An indictment against someone for them not being good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
And I think our community, and I'm kind of curious about, and I'm starting to reach out. I think this time of year I tend to reach out a little bit more and talk a little bit more with friends and colleagues about the continuum as we go into the future, with Pilates and Pilates teaching and our work, where people are and helping them to get to their next place on their continuum.
Yes.
For learning. So
I like that. I think that's a
so
good question.
mentorship is not a starting point for anybody. It's like you're in this for a long time before you are a person who can be a mentor. You're in it for a while before being a mentee is even available. You know, you got to go through those early stages of let me just learn. Let me just get my, you know, from a musical standpoint, let me just practice my scales.
That was one of the things that, going back to Peter Twist for a second, he was talked about that moving things to a place of being autonomic when you don't have to think about it while you're doing it. Like if you're just starting out with something and you're just still learning how to do it and remembering things about it, you're not doing it like if I walk down the street, I don't think, okay, right foot first, then left foot, then right foot, then left foot. There's something that's autonomic about the way I do it. I think we need to be at that place of competence before we could look into a mentoring process or something to dive deep. We could do this unconscious, and now we could dive deeper into it and look at how we do it.
So here's what's cracking me up these days. I'm just going to say it out how I see it. We have such big egos in our industry. So many people don't think they need to have a mentor. I'm like, whatever. Or they want to, like, it's human nature too. Or, you know, we want to go from, I just got certified, and now I think I'm going to be a teacher trainer.
Right.
Or I just got certified. Now I want to be, you know, whatever.
Okay, but that differentiation is okay though. Like a teacher trainer and a mentor are two different things. I can give you the little I know.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. But I can remember back in the early days, like people were learning to be teachers and teacher trainers simultaneously.
Yikes.
That never worked. Not once of all the people we tried. Never. It was, but you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's just too much. It's like there's just too much to learn.
You don't even know what questions to ask to learn.
Exactly.
That's the thing. Like, I mean, like a different industry, but I have some clients here who are into music, and some of them are really, really good musicians. And one guy wants to learn how to play, so he came with these guys to learn. So they have this jam nights on Thursday nights, and this guy came and he's gonna learn how to play the guitar. And after 2 times hanging out with him, he's like, I'm not gonna come back because you guys all know what you're doing, and I'm just learning. I'm never going to get to a place of being able to play with you guys and jam with you guys because I'm just learning how to play the instrument. You guys are learning songs so you can play. I'm learning what note is where, sort of thing. And I think that's similar to our Pilates industry. Is like you don't understand where you are in your learning journey. Like you don't even know like how far you have to go yet.
Yeah.
And yet you want to be at this place. And I've discovered that. I've heard Chris Robinson said stuff that he's worked on discovering. And I'm like, okay, well, I've been a personal trainer for 15 years. I've been doing Pilates. I know my stuff. And then now that I've been doing Pilates for a long time, there's things that I'm just getting now that makes sense in terms of what he said to me 5 years ago.
Right.
But I thought I knew it 5 years ago.
Well, that's just what I'm talking about. It's like,
right?
We don't even... Well, it's human nature too. We don't know what we don't know. And that's why humility in all of this is like staying a constant learner. I'm always learning. Cause I don't want to know it all. How dull. I learned something new about the 100 this week. How about that?
There you go.
You know?
Yes. Sonia Herbert Price Herbert is on here. And she popped on when Sal Shoza was on last week. So the three of us were...
Sal was up here?
Yeah. So Sal was saying some things. He said a few things that just triggered a thought in my mind. And I've been back in my mat work and just grinding out wherever I can, on my deck at home, here with clients. You know what I mean? Because like he said a few things that just made me look at the work differently. And, and going back to mentoring, there's him and Troy McCarty are two gentlemen that have, I've taken some classes with Troy and, I've just seen how Saul moves. And I'm like, man, I need to get around these guys a little bit more.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be, oh God, I mean, I was talking to David Rosenkrantz last week and he's like, let's kind of put together a thing, like a thing. And I've been thinking about it all week about like, all right, well, if I had my ideal, it would be just to be able to provide some more time, because that's the one thing we need to do is spend time together, get people together. I am always so happy. I mean, I'm always so happy when I can hop in with the teachers that have been teaching for a long time. Mm-hmm. I always learn something. Always. So I think that the good news, bad news with COVID is we all got a good break from traveling around a lot. But the other good news that came out is that we have these forums where we can do these hybrid experiences where even if people are in different faraway places in the world, we can still come together and learn. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to take away your whole morning on you, but Claire, I just love how you just inspire us to just get better.
Well, thank you, because you inspire us. That's why I hopped on. I was just kind of watching the dog for a second so he doesn't run away. And I was like, look who's on. And it was you. And so just really quickly, how's your campaign?
Good. Talk about learning every day. I am enjoying this process. And I'm enjoying how it's making me better, like just confidence. Like I have to ask people for money. I have to ask people for votes. I have to ask people. I am suddenly in a popularity contest, Claire, and that is not me. But I'm passionate enough about the thing I'm doing.
Peer review. You're kind of you're kind of, people are looking at you and checking you out and being like, who is this guy? Is he for real?
Yes.
Can he be trusted? Is he consistent? Is he making eye contact? Is he speaking from his heart? Everybody can tell when you're speaking from your heart. Yes. So, I mean, but it's also politics. So
it is. And it's integrity, right? Like, I mean, I'm that's the thing I'm learning. Like there's so many times in life, same in Pilates, where you want to do things to appease people. And then you make the choice to just be yourself. And then when you make the choice to be yourself and you get the affirmation as if you were trying to appease people, then you're like, why was I just being myself?
Yeah, I mean, I love that phrase, just do you.
Just do you.
Just do you. Be you. Because you've cultivated it. You know what I mean? That's what I love about you. You've cultivated this presence. You speak the truth. You speak with clarity. You speak from your heart. If people are going to disagree, that's okay.
That's okay.
But at least they know who you are and where you stand.
Yes.
I like
that. Thank you. Right. It's good. It's been a great character building experience, if nothing else.
Well, it almost doesn't matter what the end result is.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're in it for the right reasons.
Yes.
You're not going to have a temper tantrum and go into a deep depression.
I might.
No. Well, you might for a day.
Yeah, for a day. Being fun. Yeah, but
But it won't be your first show. It won't be your first attempt. I can sense that.
Oh yeah, we'll see. That's exactly it. Like I'm just really trying to just enjoy the moment, learn along the way, and be authentic the whole way through. So it's good. It's all good. Best. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
And thanks for not running away from your Pilates family.
No, this is the fabric of who I am at this point.
Yeah. What's your mug say?
Was that? Oh, it says Dad Goals.
It says what?
Dad Goals.
Oh, it's backwards.
Yes.
Dad Goals. Yeah, I've got my new my love affair with my thermos. I like hot coffee.
Oh, nice.
It stays hot. As opposed to drinking out of a mug, which I drink too fast.
Yes.
Well, listen. Nice to see you.
Yes, good seeing you. Thanks, Claire. We'll catch up soon. Take care.
Okay. See you later.
Bye.
How do I get out?
That X in the top right corner.
There we go. Ciao.
Love. All right. Pilates Blackbird, what's going on? Embody Movement Pilates. Hi, Final Fitness. How's everybody doing? Hi, Sunny, Julia. Hi, Jennifer. What's going on, everybody? What just a bundle of joy Claire is. Man, that's good stuff. I always ask you all who are here in the chat, if you have any online classes, workshops, workouts, anything that's coming up, can you please put it in the chat? We'd love to cheer you on and hear more about what you're doing. The whole conversation for the last 20 minutes was Clara talking about mentorship and some of the programs that she's working on. And in the same way, I hope we're all trying to grow our business and get better professionally every day as well. So that being said, I never even put in my chat what's going on, but cool. Learning Labs. Nice. I'll look for that and I'll repost that, Sunny. Yeah, so that's like I said about Claire at the beginning. I really am the fruit of the work that she's done over the decades, in a sense, with her work with Peak Pilates and her work with Lifetime and all those different things. I'm a product of that. So isn't it funny how we probably don't think that generationally with our work, but if you trace it back, you recognize the people that were impacted by it. Scoop Pilates would be another one through Lifetime. I guess anybody who did Pilates through Peak, through Lifetime, who has continued to learn, who has treated their first Pilates cert like their driver's license and have continued to get more licenses and become more skilled drivers, are part of that legacy in that way. Would you agree? Now, I'm not talking about the yoga teacher who takes a weekend Pilates course and then subs a Pilates class every now and then. I'm talking about someone who is diving deep on the work, practicing on their own, surrounding themselves with other teachers. This is a different beast than someone who just has, 15 certifications on their wall just so they can sub every class. Different animal. That's enough of that soapbox. Anyway, so study, what is your learning lab number 9 about? What's going to be happening there? Oops. Ooh, baby armchair. I thought about building one of those. I've seen people build them online. Sure, could build one. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't used the baby armchair in a while. A lot of studios that I would go to use it closed in this area, so I need to get some more equipment in here. I'll work on that. So that's all online or hybrid class? Nice. All right, party people. Well, I am going to sign off. Fridays are my rest days. Between the campaign and the work that we do, decided to actually take Friday afternoons off and do nothing. It's Martin time, read a book, go for a drive, do something along those lines that is refreshing for me. And I encourage you all to do the same. Carve out an hour or two for me time. You don't need a big budget. You don't have to go on a spa. You don't have to do a 4-day Jamaica vacation. Just carve out some time for yourself. And I feel that that is probably the best thing you could do. And trust yourself that by taking that time, that you'll be more productive after than if you were to take that time to do that productive thing that you thought should be doing during that hour. That productivity comes from a place of rest. And I've said in the past, your work is only as good as your rest. So find that time to rest and watch your time be more productive after. So there is your public service announcement for taking time for yourself. We're all busy, have a lot of things to do and lots of great stuff to do. This is a great industry. Pilates is just awesome. Being in this space is amazing. And you can do all day long, 24/7, 8 days a week if you wanna. But rest is important too. So take your time to rest like I am. We're back at it next week with more guests, more fun. And I really appreciate all of you joining me as always. So thank you so much. Gordon Moore Joe, there's an online Zoom 90-minute mini workshop, and that'd be so good to get into. So maybe I'll build myself a chair and join your class.